You know, you're forever going to be linked to Tolkien now, having played him, and I want to ask, going right back to the start, when did you first come across him? Was it the books? Was it seeing the movies?
It was the book. It was The Hobbit. On the set of About a Boy, actually, the directors of that, the Whites brothers, gave me a copy of it to read, and I've still got that copy. It's sat on my bookshelf.
I understand that you learnt to do illustrations like Tolkien in preparation for the role.
Yeah.
I wonder if you could talk a little bit about that.
It was just something. It was something whereby we were shooting X-Men: Dark Phoenix in the build up to this, and I was on set there, and I was obviously working on the script and some of the languages and all those other things. And then I didn't know, to be honest with you, that Tolkien did his own illustrations and drew his own maps and all these sorts of things. So when I found that out, I was like, that's incredible. And then we'd go back and look at them, and then I was like, some of the makeup artists who do the Beast makeup are fantastic painters and things. So I would use their kit whilst I was on set and kind of recreate his watercolours.
Do you have any particular favourite one that you did?
Yeah, I think my favourite one I gave to Dome. He's got it as a wrap present.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
You know, this is a guy who is lauded so much for what he wrote as much as what is written about him. What did you look at when researching this role? Did you read the stuff that he wrote more, or did you look into his history?
I did both. I kind of went back and read his work alongside biographies and any other information I could find about him, and then and that was interesting. It was like kind of being an amateur sleuth in a way, where I was like, okay, this lines up with this, and this is where maybe he got the inspiration for that. And then the script does that brilliantly as well, I think, where it kind of shows the relationships and the moments in his life where perhaps these ideas stemmed from.
Dome told me that you guys, the older actors and then the kid actors, had like mannerism tests and sort of working
mannerism
out,
tests.
Not mannerism, you know,
yeah,
you know what I mean.
No, completely,
to try and work them out. And I talked with some of the other guys earlier about all their different ones. I wondered if there's anything that you guys worked out for Tolkien and his character.
Harry and I were working on the way he walked. There was how he would hold his pen. There were things like that we spent time together working on. And then obviously the way he spoke, the dialect and everything as well. So those were all kind of the main focus for us.
Are there any sort of changes to Tolkien's story in this that you feel were necessary? Because whenever you adapt a story based on real life, it's going to make change and stuff. Is there anything that you think changed, and what sort of effect that has to the story you're telling here?
Not that I feel like there's things that we haven't put in the movie that were interesting things, like Edith was actually had another fiance, and they met up with Tolkien. All three of them went for tea before she kind of they rekindled their romance and love. So there's little things like that weren't in the movie. But overall, I think we've kind of covered most of the aspects of his life. His mum inspiring him with language, and then losing her, and that essence of becoming an orphan, and then finding a place, and the relationships and love that inspired him.
It's lovely. The Tolkien Estate has obviously said they're not involved in the film and were never involved, and have sort of like tried to distance themselves from it. I wonder how that feels to you as the star of the film.
It's kind of one of those things that foremost I'm a fan of his. So it was an honour to get to play him, and I think we did a really respectful version of his younger life and what inspired him. So I mean, we've invited them to see the film. His great grandson was in the World War I scenes in the trenches, and he's going to come to the premiere on Monday. So hopefully when they see it, they like it.
And just one quick word question: what's your favourite Lord of the Rings movie?
Two Towers.